Stung by absolute shutdown of the aviation sector, the government deployed its classical knee-jerk reaction of threats, intimidation and arrests of Kenya Aviation Official Union leaders to unlock the stalemate. The question is, could the situation have been diffused more than a week ago when the strike notice was issued to save the country from global embarrassment and the cost implications? We go to Ogina for some answers.
Kenya's central point of entry and the regional aviation hub had its operations paralyzed under the very watchful eyes of the state. Dissatisfied with the proposed Kenya Airways takeover of JKIA, the Aviation Workers Union protested in a strike notice of 27th of February. A union with a workforce that dealt a devastating blow not only to JKIA, but also to Mombasa, Eldoret and Kisumu airports. Instead, it took the Labour Ministry an entire week to respond to the situation when the damage was already done.
I have appointed a conciliation committee to be chaired by one Sharif Abdulkadir Sharif and assisted by Dr. Justus Tony Nasirembe and Musalainas M. Kariuki to assist the parties resolve the impasse and file a report to me within 30 days.
As if burying their heads in the sand, Kenya Airports Authority, in a frantic effort to dash to court hours before the strike to forestall the strike. KAA also having had an entire week to salvage the situation. JKIA is the busiest airport in East Africa and fourth busiest in Africa. The airport, after nearly a decade of lobbying for Category 1 status that was granted last October, could have been temporarily downgraded within matters of hours following the paralysis. Stung by the full-blown crisis, the state resorting to violence, threats, arrests and intimidation to unlock the stalemate.
It is important to note that any disobedience or non-adherence, non-observation of the court order issued yesterday will result in penal consequences, including contempt proceedings, which might create an undesirable atmosphere for conciliation process.
It took the Transport Cabinet Secretary, James Macharia, nearly 9 hours to arrive at JKIA. The Cabinet Secretary instead went for the jugular of the aviation workers, branding them as a bunch of criminals.
It was malice, and because the strike had been declared illegal, it means these people are no more than a bunch of criminals, the 30 of them.
The shutdown having dire cost implications on Kenya's economy and disorienting several travelers. A situation that could have been diffused a whole week ago should government have acted proactively to forestall the strike. But instead, the state agencies waited until the situation was out of hand, a now familiar script in dealing with industrial disputes in the country. Ogina, Citizen TV, Nairobi.